Hey guys, welcome to Players United, welcome to another video. And Miralem Pjanic has joined Barcelona, and in the other way, Artur Melo joins Juventus in a swap deal, if you can call it that. Like, Juventus are paying us 80 million now, and we're paying 70 million for Pjanic at the end of in July. So basically we're getting a 10 million profit, and Juventus are getting the Brazilian centre midfielder, 23 years old, while Barcelona we're getting the Bosnian 30-year-old centre midfielder. And I don't think I have to tell you exactly what I think about this deal. I think the Barcelona fans, we are all pretty much in agreement. I would like to hope that we're all in agreement that this has been an absolutely disaster of a deal. Like, I have no idea who was thinking this was a good idea, but this clearly has been an absolute disaster. Like, this has been a really, really bad deal overall. And let's discuss it, because where do I start? Like, I don't think anyone other than the board wanted to do this, and that's very clear. It wasn't at the end. It wasn't that the players were not happy with Artur. It's just the opposite. Like, the players were saying Messi was giving props to Artur just as he arrived at Barcelona. When asked, I remember that he said that, who of the new arrivals between Arturo Vidal, Malcolm, Artur, who was the best signing? And Messi said that the player that probably adapted the best was Artur, and that was true. Like, Artur, his first year at Barcelona, you can say that for someone that came from Brazil, playing at European level at the highest level possible, he adapted fantastically to Barcelona. Has he not played as well this season? At some points he was our best midfielder, I want to say. I think that before the break, Artur was pretty much competing for the best midfielder of the season so far. Yes, he hasn't come back in top shape, but we know that Artur is that kind of player that, for one, he has some time to get to his best shape physically and probably game fit wise, but also, what motivation was he going to play with, seeing all these rumors about Barcelona just want to binge him off to another team? And the problem is that, the problem is not that we sold Artur to Juventus, The problem is that we're doing a horrible deal here. Like, there is only one party that's winning out of this deal, and that's Juventus. We are clearly losing. And if they told us, if the board were, just had enough courage to tell us the truth, like, they're not selling Artur because he's bad performances. They're selling him because they need to fix the numbers. They need to get money because they've done terrible deals so far. They've been running the club horribly, and now they need the money. And if they went out and tell us that, and if Mundo Deportivo and Sport told us that, I wouldn't have so much of a problem. Okay, they made a mistake, a pretty evident mistake, but they made a mistake. Everyone can do that. Recognize it and let's move on. Much better than just trying to cover it up as, like, apparently in Sport, apparently Super Swap, they were calling it, Pjanic and Artur. Like, I'm not getting it. Why are we completely losing out on this deal? Like, we're not making a 10 million profit because some of that profit, some of the sale has to go to Gremio because we haven't finished paying Gremio yet. Like, Pjanic is earning more than Artur. Like, I just don't get it. Like, where is Pjanic gonna play? Pjanic is not better than Rakitic, or at least he's not a different profile than Rakitic. So I don't understand what's gonna be our midfield next season. De Jong, Pjanic, and Busquets? Like, that's gonna be our midfield for next season. Because there's no way that a big money signing doesn't start next season. Same thing for De Jong, because he was a big money signing, and Busquets has been there for the longest time ever. Include that Rakitic is probably gonna stay, and to be honest, I wouldn't be against keeping Rakitic. we might keep Arturo Vidal. Then that means that again, Ricky Puig is not gonna be seen anywhere. He might play if lucky, maybe under 1,000 minutes if lucky. Like, we're gonna go to the dynamic again of having Ricky Puig play no minutes. The only way that I can see Ricky Puig featuring next season as a regular is that he has to pretty much be perfect from here on to the end of the season. Like, he's pretty much gonna have to score a hat-trick and give 3 assists per game to have a chance to start next season, or featuring at all. And that is a horrible deal for all parties, because Artur wanted to stay at Barcelona. His mom, has been saying that Artur wants to stay at Barcelona. Pjanic, I think this is a horrible thing for Pjanic, because all this criticism, it's gonna be reflected not only on Bartomeu on the board, but on Pjanic as well. There's already going to be an incentive from the fans, from some fans, not all, but some fans. There's gonna be incentive to wait for Pjanic to do something wrong, to completely criticize him. And we know that adapting to this Barcelona team is not easy. Adapting already to a new team and a new league is not easy. Adapting to this Barcelona side that plays very mediocre, even with the more senior players, it's going to be impossible for Pjanic to succeed at Barcelona. Unless he hits the ground running, and again, becomes the world's best centre midfielder, he's probably not going to play regularly, because his performances are not going to warrant it. Or he's going to be playing regularly and his performances are going to be horrible, just like most of Rakitic's performances last season. And that's going to be pretty much a similar example to that. And just as that happens, the fans are going to be against him, everyone's going to be turned against him, and we're going to have to sell him on the low for under 20 million euros the season afterwards. Like, I'm pretty sure that that's what's going to happen. Setien, on the match interview for Celta de Vigo, he was saying that he thinks Artur was doing pretty well and that he was doing everything that he was asked of. So clearly it's not Setien's fault that Artur is leaving. And the last thing is, why? Why is it Pjanic? Wasn't there any other player that Juventus could have given us instead of Artur? I don't get it. There's so many other players that we could have gotten. First of all, why does it have to be a centre midfielder? If you tell me that, okay, we need to, fix the bugs, we need to get money, and we need to sell Artur because he's one of our biggest assets, fine, I can understand that. To a point, it's not too bad because we have De Jong, we have Ricky Puig, we have Aleñá, we have Ilaix Moriba coming about, so hey, we have interiors that could be very interesting for us. Alright, so maybe losing Artur wouldn't be the end of the world. But hey, if you want to sell Todibo or loan Araujo or sell Umtiti, then we probably need another centre back. So why instead you didn't go and make a deal for De Ligt or for Demiral? Because one of those two probably has to leave Juventus because they're not getting enough minutes. When Chiellini recovers, he's going to start again, and Bonucci and Chiellini are going to be the starting pair again. So either one, De Ligt or Demiral, has going to have to go. If you tell me that, okay, 10 million euros, we give you Artur and you give us Demiral plus 10 million, so pretty much the same deal as Pjanic, I'm like, okay, fine, that's a good deal. Like, I think all parties are going to be happy. Demiral is going to have some time to shine at Barcelona because he's not going to have the pressure having to start because, okay, Piqué is in front of him and Lenglet is in front of him, so that's fine. And if we sign De Ligt, I think all the Barcelona fans will be pleased of getting a player like Matthijs De Ligt through the door. Okay, maybe we pay, instead of them paying us 10 million, we go ahead and pay 10 to 20 million for De Ligt instead of Artur. Like, that's something that we could have worked out there. Or if you really wanted to get a centre midfielder, I don't know why, but if you really wanted one, they have options like Rabiot, like Bentancur. Okay, maybe Bentancur is out of the question because he has started a lot of games for Juventus this season and he has been very important for them. But why not Rabiot? We were interested in Rabiot last season. He's a player that, hasn't played at all for Juventus and it's rumored that he's on his way out of Juve. So why not Rabiot? Why don't they pay us 10 to 20 million for plus Rabiot for Artur? Like, what I don't understand, it's why did it have to be Pjanic? Wasn't there any other player at Juve that they could have given us? They have Bernardeschi, like, they have so many other players, and it just had to be Pjanic. I really don't get it. This is something that's been very worrisome thinking of, and I don't know what's gonna happen next season. Like, I can already tell that it's gonna be probably the young Busquets and Pjanic, or Rakitic, Pjanic, Busquets. Like, I don't even know. Is the young gonna play regularly next season? Are we gonna see Ricky Puig at all? Is this the end for Carles Aleñá? What about Ilaix Moriba? What is the plan with Ilaix Moriba? Ilaix Moriba has the potential to be probably what we thought Pogba could be for Barcelona. And what is going to happen with the youngster? Are we completely going to forget about Oriol Busquets? Because Oriol Busquets, Setien said that he wanted Oriol Busquets in the preseason, meaning that he was probably going to give the kid a chance. Same thing with Monchu, same thing with Collado. What's going to happen to those players? Are they out of the door? Like, what is the plan? Like, and I really wish Artur would have stayed, because in 1 year this board would have been gone, and with what they've been doing, there's no way that their continuation was gonna win. So, what is the plan here? What are the board thinking? They're literally leaving all of this to a chance, and just so they can sign either one of Lautaro or Neymar. If it's Neymar, I'm done. I'm absolutely done, and we are going to crash down so badly. If it's Lautaro, was it really that necessary? Is it such a bad thing that Lautaro stays 1 more year at Inter? If you really want Lautaro, is it so bad that Lautaro is going to stay 1 more year at Inter? Like, is he that needed? I thought that we had enough firepower for next season if need be. Trincao, Messi, Dembélé, Luis Suarez, Ansu Fati, you have even Griezmann, Braithwaite. Like, you have so many players. Was Lautaro, like, necessary at all? Like, is he so important that you have to put the club at financial risk for this to happen? I completely don't know what's going on here. It's gonna be very bad for the club going forward, because if this doesn't succeed, if Barcelona don't start, competing at a high level, people are going to start losing interest at following Barcelona. And if that happens, our economy is going to crash, because it's already really bad for football teams not being able to have people at stadiums. If we start losing those TV interest from people tuning in at Barcelona, it's going to become worse and worse and worse. We're already at a huge depth. They're adding this on top of it. It's like whoever is the next president is gonna have a job and a half on their hands. It's gonna be It's gonna be nearly impossible. They're gonna have to ask for a bunch of loans because the club is in so much debt at the moment. But anyways, leave me your opinion about the Artur situation. What do you think? And I guess we'll see you next one, Blaugranas.